What's good, everyone? Welcome to the full preview of the biggest Champions League clash this week as Real Madrid welcome Manchester City to the Bernabeu. Before we get going, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell here at Dugout Daily, as well as checking out my F1 channel, Hit the Apex, and follow me on X at MCFC Hibs. And let's look at tonight's match. Two European giants lock horns for the 15th time in the Champions League as Real Madrid sits 6th in the new 36-team league phase with 12 points from 15 as they boast a 100% home record in Europe this season. But domestically, some would say they're in crisis mode. Xabi Alonso's side were humiliated 2-0 by Celta Vigo on Sunday with 3 red cards, a defensive meltdown, and only 2 wins in their last 7 across all competitions. Meanwhile, Manchester City roll into the Spanish capital on a 3-match Premier League winning streak, including a comfortable 3-0 win over Sunderland, as Pep's men are 12th in the Champions League with 10 points, as we're outside the automatic qualification top 8 spots by 2 points after Liverpool's win last night, and we're desperate to avoid dropping further after that shock 2-0 loss to Leverkusen. City are trying to avoid a third straight defeat to Real Madrid after last season's 6-3 aggregate playoff exit. We've only ever won once at the Bernabeu, with that 2-1 comeback in the 2020 round of 16 first leg, and this will be our second trip here in 2025 after losing 3-1 in the playoff second leg back in February. Xabi Alonso is dealing with an absolute defensive nightmare. Eder Militao picked up a hamstring injury against Celta and joins Dani Carvajal, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Ferland Mendy, who are all out long-term, plus potentially Dean Huijsen and David Alaba, who are major doubts. That's potentially 6 defenders missing. The 3 players sent off at the weekend, who were Alvaro Carreras, Fran Garcia and Endrick, are all available for this match, so expect Raul Asensio and Antonio Rudiger to hold the fort, with Federico Valverde at right back again. Up top, Mbappe already has 9 Champions League goals this season, including 7 career goals against City, as we are his favourite opponents in the Champions League in terms of goals scored, as he has scored for Monaco, Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid against us. However, he is a doubt for this match. I do believe he'll play though, and he'll be supported by Vinicius, Bellingham and Arda Güler. I predict 2 changes from their 2-0 loss at home to Celta on Sunday, with Rudiger in for the injured Militao and Ceballos in for Garcia. Therefore, I predict a 4-2-3-1 with Courtois in goal, a back 4 of Valverde, Asensio, Rudiger and Carreras, with Tchouaméni and Ceballos in midfield, and Güler, Bellingham and Vinicius supporting Mbappe in attack. Pep Guardiola has almost a full squad to pick from. Rodri, Mateo Kovacic and John Stones are still out, but the rest are fit. After Ryan Cherky's man-of-the-match performance against Sunderland, I believe he has to start. I expect Donnarumma in goal and Haaland leading the line, as the Norwegian has 9 goals in 9 games against Spanish sides in this competition, with 6 goals in 3 games against Sevilla, 2 goals in 5 games against tonight's opponents Real Madrid, and 1 goal in the only game he's played against Villarreal. Of course, that's this season. I predict 1 change from the 3-0 win against Sunderland on Saturday, with Reinders in for Silva. I therefore predict a 4-1-4-1 with Donnarumma in goal, a back 4 of Núñez, Diaz, Vardiol and O'Reilly, with Gonzalez protecting the back 4, and Cherky, Reinders, Foden and Doku supporting Haaland in attack. Let's dive into the key player matchups that could swing this epic showdown at Bernabeu. First up, keep an eye on Erling Haaland against Antonio Rudiger in the heart of the penalty area. Haaland's blistering pace and Rudiger's aerial dominance will test each positioning and recovery speed, especially with Madrid's makeshift backline already creaking under pressure from recent defensive meltdowns. If Rudiger can't do what he usually does, expect Haaland to feast and turn this into a personal highlights compilation. Haaland scored 2 goals against Real Madrid at the Etihad last season. However, Rudiger wasn't playing, and he's on 54 Champions League goals after 53 games, with 31 in 34 for Manchester City, 15 in 13 for Borussia Dortmund, and 18-6 for Red Bull Salzburg. Rudiger's been Haaland's kryptonite in our 4 prior Champions League clashes, as he's held him goalless with just 87 touches across those games. Rudiger also won the Champions League for Chelsea against Manchester City in 2021 and slotted home a penalty in the shootout of the quarter-finals in 2024. Another massive battle brews on City's left, where Federico Valverde faces off against Jeremy Doku's electric dribbling. Valverde's tireless engine and long-range shooting could help him bomb forward and link with Güler, but Doku's quick feet and ability to cut inside, as he's created more chances from the left than anyone in City's squad this season, might expose Madrid's fullback crisis, as he's also created the most big chances in the Premier League this season. This will force Valverde into desperate cover and runs that leaves gaps for City's midfield overloads. In the engine room, Jude Bellingham's explosive box-crashing runs and goal threat will clash directly with Nico Gonzalez sitting as he's City's lone shield in front of the back 4. Bellingham loves making those late arrivals into the box, but Gonzalez's relentless pressing, 1.7 tackles per game, and ability to break up play could suffocate Madrid's transitions and stop Bellingham from linking the midfield to Mbappe. Whoever wins this will decide who controls the tempo in the middle. On Madrid's left-hand side, Vinicius Jr. against Mateus Nunes will be interesting. Vinicius, with a high 10 dribbles completed in one of these matches, as well as across all his appearances, his dribbling has been a key factor in breaking down Manchester City's defence to allow him to create numerous scoring opportunities for his teammates. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola has praised Vinicius Jr. by calling him the best player in the world after one of our encounters. He also has a history of 6 goals and assists in 9 games against City, and he will fancy isolating natural midfielder Nunes every single time. Nunes is quick and strong in the tackle, but he's been caught out positionally before this season, and if Vinicius gets him one-on-one, those trademark dribbles or whip crosses to Mbappe could tear City apart on the break. Finally, if Kylian Mbappe shakes off his leg injury to start up top, his movement against Ruben Diaz will be important. The French superstar's 9 Champions League goals this season, including 4 against Olympiacos last time out, makes him a nightmare for even the best centre-backs, and the leader Diaz has been caught out by mobile forwards like Mbappe in the past. Mbappe's 7 career strikes against City already screams danger, as he scored 2 for Monaco in the 16-17 round of 16, a goal for PSG in the 2020 group stage, and a stunning hat-trick at the Bernabeu last February in that 3-1 playoff second leg win, plus another in the first leg that sent City packing 6-3 on aggregate, as he equalled Messi's all-time Champions League record against us in a game less. And one clinical finish here could silence the rumours about Alonso being on the verge of the sack. Kickoff is 8 p.m. UK time on TNT Sports 1, all live on Discovery+. Highlights will be on TNT Sports YouTube and X account, dropping all the key moments as they happen. Real Madrid's defence is in absolute shambles, with potentially 6 players missing against Haaland, Foden, Doku and Cherki. That's terrifying for them. City's backline isn't perfect, plus Mbappe and Vinicius on the counter will cause chaos, but Pep's attack is just too ruthless right now. I'm going for a Champions League classic, with it finishing Real Madrid 2 Manchester City 3 as Mbappe scores, Haaland bags a brace, and City finally get another win at the Bernabeu. Who's winning tonight then? Los Blancos or the Skies? Drop your score predictions in the comments. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell here at Dugout Daily, as well as checking out my F1 channel, Hit the Apex, and follow me on X at MCFC Hibs. And until next time, goodbye. Cheers, guys.